going on, guys? Spectre Solutions here. Today we're going to talk about mounts. Not shrouds, mounts. Today we have the Wilcox G24 specifically, and then the Argus mount. We're going to go over specs, designs, pros and cons, my opinion. Let's get into it. Alright, first let's talk about the Wilcox G24. So the Wilcox G24 has been around for a while, and it's the go-to night vision mount for your dovetail accessories. It's pretty user-friendly. So you have your button to articulate up, and it locks a little bit. There's some wobble. Locks all the way down. Not really a lot of wobble. You have your adjustment here for height. Slides up and down, and you can put that anywhere. If you want to do it like in the middle, just tighten that back up and it's there. You have your breakaway switch if you want it on or off. So that way, for some reason, if your device or this gets snagged, it will engage the breakaway, and your nods will, or whatever you have attached, will break away rather than staying stiff and then the force breaking whatever is attached. That is a really good feature. It's happened twice to me. It's a good thing to have, especially when you have thousands of dollars sitting on this thing. You want it very secure. This is to just the height of this. So everybody's eyes on their head are different. So if you turn this knob, this thing will go lower or higher. I call it the arm. I don't know if that's really what it's called, but it has some adjustment, as you can see. Everyone's different. You have to set it up to you. So this thing has a lot of features. Where it lacks is there's a lot of play, there's a lot of wobble, and it's a little bit heavier. Let's go into the specific features that are posted on for the Wilcox G24. So with this Wilcox specifically, it is 4 ounces, give or take, maybe 5. The material is lightweight aerospace grade material and a little bit of polymer. Accommodations of various devices, BMVDs, ANPVS 21s, GPMVGs, the panos that you see a lot, PVS 7s, 15s, anything with a dovetail, which looks like that. That's a dovetail. Its warranty is lifetime. The total travel from a 4 tilt is 1.4 inch. So when you adjust that side that I was talking about, this will adjust a 1.4, which is a lot actually. Gives a lot more room. The vertical adjustment is a 0.9, so you can go almost a whole inch or so up and down. Now that we're done talking about Wilcox G24, Argus has came out with their own mount as well. Let's compare a little of the ergonomics. So it's a little skeletonized, similar, streamlined design. A couple different cuts. Still the adjustment levers, the knobs. The breakaway, the locking mechanisms. So let's get into the Argus mount details. All right, so when I say streamline, it's more a slimmer line compared to the Wilcox, the back of it. Just a smidge, nothing crazy, but every little bit helps. So with both of these devices, by the way, I ran this one for a while now. I'd say a few years. This one I just obtained 3 months ago. They released another batch of them, and I was lucky enough to snag one. They're very hard to find very hard to get. Once you get one, you're gonna understand why. So let's go over the facts of the Argus mount. So the Argus mount is low visibility surface design, reduce helmet center of gravity. If you don't have your helmet properly centered, we can get in more to that when we talk about helmets. It becomes a problem when you start moving and tilting your head. So you really want to get that figured out. Ergonomic of the design is single hand operation adjustment for both mounts, G24 and the Argus. Safety breakaway feature, once again, on both of them, it's all about neck injury but it also helps with that device. You really don't want that device to break more than it will when it just has that total resistance, so it breaks away and releases. Once again, universal slot interface with the dovetail that I showed you. Compatible with all fast helmet bases, so the shroud is what they're talking about, and we'll go over that here in a second. Dual axis adjustment and locking, like I already showed you, but what we really got to get into is the total weight. It's 140 total grams. I don't have a scale to show you, but that it is lighter than this one. Just a smidge. It is a little lighter than this one. The Argus mount, they shaved off enough to keep the integrity of the mount, but save weight compared to the G24. A less wobble than the G24, and I say that not only because it says it, but because it is real. With me using it, I have experienced no wobble. That thing is not moving compared to this thing. See the wobble? You can actually almost hear it compared to it's there. It's not moving. So unfortunately there is wobble in play in the G24, and you don't want that. At least I don't. Some people don't care about the wobble. I do. I like my stuff secure. And yeah, so it's a little slimmer, it's lighter. I think it's better ergonomics wise and less wobble. It's more secure. So that's the info for both mounts, G24 and the Argus. Mounting is super easy. I have two different shrouds here from Hard-Headed Veterans. We have their bump and their Ballistic Lite. So we're gonna mount each one on each and show you how simple it is to mount. Here's Hard-Headed Veterans bump helmet. It has their shroud. So you take the back, make sure that is pressed in. By the way, this is the Argus mount. You find where it has that little risen part, and it goes up top. It goes top first. Then it just goes right in. Fits pretty snug, and you want to make sure you push that in. This thing is on there. You can adjust the height. Put it back, swing that down. Now let's try the G24. Once again, depress that, off the same way. G24, same thing. Personally, I like to fold mine up when I mount it. Preference. So once again, find it, put it in the center, goes right in, depress. You should actually hear it. Boom, snaps in. Look at that wobble, it's crazy. But yeah, easy on that one. All right, let's take it off and do the other one. This is Hard-Headed Veterans Ballistic Lite. The link will be in the video on a review on this with their new micro lattice padding. Game changer. We'll go more into that in another video. Link will be in bio. So there's their shroud, which is a big fan of. It's more minimalist, less bulky, super tight fit. So you really have to put this perfectly center, and it snaps right on. Like that. Depress. This thing is definitely not moving. This is the Wilcox. Depress, comes right out. Argus mount, which I'm gonna run on this helmet specifically. Center, goes right in, pop it. It's nice. Now with the dovetails, once again, they just insert. You'll hear a click. This is the Katana's dovetail, all aluminum. No problem at all for the shrouds and the mounts. Goes right on, clicks, good to go. So in my personal opinion, I think the Argus mount is good to go, especially with the price. It's a fraction of the price. I know it's hard to find, but they are out there. So in my opinion, Argus. Let me know in the comments what you think.